Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and we're back with another one of our loot videos for 200 Run Series Part 2. And this week we ended up doing our Islands Week 3, so we got that one done. And we did Scarlet Monastery, the old Scarlet Monastery. We didn't do the current version like we did the current first and then did the old. We just did the old one this time. Figured, you know, we have faster druids now and it's more loot. Might as well just do the old one. Plus it drops the same stuff as the current one. We may still do the current one just to see if we get better results, you know, later on. But right now we just did the old one. And the reason why we skipped doing Southern Eastern Kingdom zones is because of the open world farming issue with not being able to get those drops. So yeah, figured we put that on a hold for now. Do Scarlet Monastery, actually get some loot. Unfortunately though, it did take me some time to get all 200 runs done, but did get all 200 done. So that's some time without items being up on the auction house, but hopefully we'll still see some sales. It's just, you know, early on in the week anyway, and you know, I have seen some good sales early on in the week, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of it comes around the weekend, but that's not always the case. But anyway, Old Scarlet Monasteries still ended up doing only 2 wings this time, just like we did with the first 200 run series. I was going to attempt, now we have faster druids, to do all the wings, but it just felt like, I mean, definitely with graveyard, really does not feel like it's worth it, other than like that very first room, the mobs are kind of clustered. But once you get to the actual graveyard part, they're all spread out. The library's kind of good, but at the same time, again, mobs are kind of spread out. It does also have 2 chests in that one, which makes that one kind of good, but also just the fact that you have to dream walk out of both the armory and the library, it just makes sense to pick one. And so I went with the armory. I feel like that's just the better one overall, even though it only has 1 chest versus 2 in the library. I just feel like it's a better, you know, layout as far as the mobs go. But I'll let you guys decide. Let's see, you know, let's go ahead and get to our bank alts here. First, we'll go over the islands, just get that knocked out. We'll first go to the islands with Proudmoore, then we'll do it with Thrall, and then we'll do Scarlet Monastery for 100 runs worth of loot from Proudmoore, and then 100 runs worth of loot from what's going to Thrall. And of course, we'll, you know, trade our loot over if we get any high value item duplicates that we don't get on the other realm. But anyway, our first bank alt is for Islands for Proudmoore. Let's check it out, see what we got. So Islands have not been that good to us this time around. We have gotten very little, I feel like, compared to the first series. Again, maybe we didn't get that much. Maybe it was, you know, different weeks or something. I don't know. But this week actually seemed fairly good, I feel like, compared to our previous weeks. And I need to switch my keyboard. There we go. All right, and let me pull this up here. So you see here, I mean, we've actually got what looks like a decent amount of items here. Our pets still decent. Let's see here, we've got any standouts. Captain Nibs here, 5,000. We've got like 4 of those. Wow. Firestein Buzzer, 13. Little Hoof, got a few of those. That's less than 1,000 though. We also got the Octopi Fry, 6,700. We also got Sandsteel Chitter, 1,200. Sparkle Shell for 1,000, and Thistle Brush Bud, 3 of those at 1,700. We did also get a pet. It's one of these ones. It's not Captain Nibs, but it had like a pirate hat. I can't remember which one it was called, but it was actually new, so it's not going to be showed on any of these. But yeah, it was the first time I gotten that one. Let's see here. We got, as far as our low value stuff goes, we got the Plundered Dark Scale Blade here, 12,000. Not bad for a low value piece. Dragon Rider's Legs. So a bunch of Dragon Rider stuff. Again, we know that stuff sells good. Let's see here. I'm not gonna go too much into this stuff because this is low value. Dragon Rider's Shoulders, Dragon Rider's Boots. So like a whole Dragon Rider set here. Feral Bark Belt, 12,000. Dragon Rider's helm, 7,000. And then we've got our high value stuff, guys. Unfortunately, I had to move the chest down here because it was doing the flashing screen thing. And we've got the chest piece here for 44,000. 0.017 sell rate, really good sell rate. We've got the Plundered Pirate's hat here for 23,000. 0.009, two of those. Spirit Bow boots here, 53,000. Only 0.003 sell rate though. And then we've got the Twilight Dragon's breastplate here, 25,000, 0.010 sell rate. Then we've got the Plundered Sandstone Gavel, two of those as well, 56,000, 0.003 sell rate. We've got the Head Shrinker's gloves here, 64,000, 0.004. We've got the Plundered Voodoo Dancer staff, 60,000, 0.003. And then we've got the Head Shrinker's helm here, 80,000 at 0.003 sell rate. So not bad compared to what I recall us getting with our previous ones. So I'll definitely take that. Let's go see what Thrall got for us. All right, guys. So now on to what our Horde got from Islands. Or not Horde, but Thrall got from Islands. They're all both Horde now. So anyway, we've got our pets up first. We've got the Shaved Feather Hatchling 1400, two of those. 4 Captain Nibs here. So basically the same thing. I don't see anything really different. Especially as far as, oh, well, maybe the Kunchong Hatchling here, 1200, 0.037 sell rate. Very high sell rate. Actually, I mean, they're all pretty decent sell rates on majority of these. That's why I'm so surprised they're not selling out right now. They're really selling super slow this time around. Normally that's not the case though. But anyway, we've got our low value pieces here. A lot of it's probably gonna be the same. Might have some different pieces. Plundered Darkscale Blade here, Swarm Fury. Got Hydraxian robes here. Let's see, Tomb Keeper's Girdle. Dragon Riders again, not as much Dragon Riders actually, so a little bit different. We've got these pirate hats here, and then we've got the Plundered Amber Singer here for 9,600, 0.012 sell rate. Actually pretty neat looking gun, I think. And then we've got our high value stuff. Plundered Molten Reaper, that one's low value but always a decent seller, sells really fast. Plundered Water Bearer Staff, 25,000, 0.010. We've got the Plundered Obsidian Scale Smasher, 33,000, 0.003. Plundered Bear Card Fist, 70,000, only 0.002 though. Helm of the Tranquil Path, 108,000, 0.006 sell rate. Really nice sell rate there. We've got the Feral Bark Cover, 22,000, only 0.001 though. We've got the Shoulder Pads of Tranquil Path, 65,000, 0.004. We've got Dragon. Now we've got some Dragon. Oh, that was supposed to be low value. Oops. So another low value piece. We got Dragon Rider's chest piece, 44,000, 0.017. And then we've got the Head Shrinker's gloves here, 64,000, 0.004. And then we've got Spirit Bow belt for 52 at 0.004. We've got the Head Shrinker's legs, 203,000, but only 0.001, unfortunately. And then we've got Spirit Bow boots here, 53,000 at 0.003. So definitely, I feel like we got a lot more this time around, at least with the transmog, and actually have some items to put up on the auction house. So not bad for only 2 hours. Granted, we used 3 tunes to just had 2 sitting on the boat while I killed with 1, but yeah, so I did only 2 hours versus doing 5 hours completely solo last time. So that may have made a difference. Maybe we need to do more hours. Plus we were doing sometimes in a group, sometimes last time. So well, we did a total of 50 runs, so it didn't really matter how fast we were getting it done. This time I did it by time though, so I didn't really count the runs. Last time we did 50 runs, so that may have made a difference too. Maybe we took longer for some runs and less time with some. So yeah, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got for Scarlet Monastery. All right, guys, so back to Proudmoore's loot. Different baker, but back to Proudmoore loot, but for Scarlet Monastery. Let's take a look. So bunch of low value stuff, filled up a complete tab. Now last time when we did fill up 2 tabs as well, but this time we actually used 3 tabs, so we got a little bit more. And again, this is because a lot of these low value items have now that were under 5,000 in value. You know, I don't keep anything under 5,000 unless it's got a very high sell rate. They have increased in value. So it means we're going to be posting a lot more items. So hopefully they'll sell quick, because the whole reason why I set my threshold as high as 5,000, so I don't spend forever on the auction house. But anyway, we'll see how well they do. Really good though, amount of loot. And that's another thing. I think if we did the current version, I don't think we would see as much to really fill the auction house. Although really we just really want the specific items. But anyway, we'll quickly go through the low value stuff. Mostly it's going to be, this is kind of the newer stuff, is the jouster stuff. That was stuff that I would have vendored before. Knight's Crest too, I think. Renegade Belt was one that was actually marked off to be vendored. I do have decent sell rates though, so that's possibly a good thing. It means it may sell pretty fast. I know the male combat stuff is actually sells pretty good. I've been selling it, at least the pants anyway, and I do think the other pieces though were marked off as well, so they were under 5,000. This Flanic stuff was also marked off, except for I think like the shield. So we'll see how they do. The male combat leggings though, I've had success in the past with selling those. Again, it is just low value stuff, so not really getting into it too much. The male combat gauntlets as well, 7,000. We got the Flanix gloves now, so all that stuff will normally been vendored. Male combat boots, 13,000. Flanix boots, 4,000. Oh, that one did actually drop back down below the 5,000 mark, but it's just right below it, so we'll still keep it. Glimmering male breastplate. Now we would have actually kept this one, 9,800.009. This bandit stuff was also something that was marked off. We've also got the insignia boots. That was something that was marked off. So see, a lot of this stuff we will normally not kept. We will have actually vendored it. Silver thread robe, always a good one. Actually at the high value range, it was at low value, so we'll keep it there. Almost 23,000. These are actually really good. And the silver thread armor right here, yeah, 12,000 for that one. We've also got this renegade cloak, night sky boots, sage's robe here. We've also got the sage's cloth here, 16,000 for this one. Not bad at all. And we've actually got what, 7 of these. And then we've got the night sky armor for 8,200. Durable tunic we've got for 8,300, and then the Elder's Ember staff for 10,000 here. And then we take a look, we got, well, it's not completely full, but again, pretty decent amount of low value stuff in the second tab. Not enough room for the high value stuff, of course, so that's why we separate it out like this. And then we do have our low value blue items over here too. But anyway, Flanix, we got the bandit shield, 11,000.002. We've got the Flanix shield for 12,000. Insignia buckler, so the shield 7,000. Combat shield for 7,000. The bandit helm 5,200. Now these are kind of worrying me because only 0.00 they were at the vendor stage. Skull leather headpiece, 7,000. We got the infiltrator helm here, 6,400. Sage's helm for 5,000. Silver thread rod, we've got 7 of these, 8,000 here for that one. And a Sage's staff for 5,000. Then we've got some low value patterns here. We've got the pattern for the spider silk slippers, 7,000.008. Got what, 3 of those? Yeah. Pattern for the dark leather gloves, 3 of these as well, 5,800.010 sell rate. Really nice sell rate on that. The manual for the strong anti-venom for 15,000.011. And then we've got the pattern or plans for the iron shield spike, 3 of those as well. Only 2 shown here. We'll see why that is later. 5,700.012 sell rate. And then a bunch of rings, the Tundra ring, which we'll just try to get 1,000 gold for those. And then we go to our low value blue items. Of course, we got the Scarlet gloves here, 6,000.009 sell rate, 16 of these. So a bunch of these will go into the bank vault, but yeah, we'll try to get rid of some of those. And then we've got the Harbinger boots here for almost 11,000, 0.001. And then we've got the moccasins of the white hair, 9,200, 0.004, and 2 of those. And then we've got our high value pieces. So, you know, not necessarily all specific, but a lot of specific blues. But then we've got the scarlet boots. So awesome. We got the scarlet boots, 636,000, 0.005. We never did sell those on season 1. So, and I still have those being posted. Haven't sold them yet. So, you know, the really high value items, they do tend to take a little bit longer to sell, even though this says it's a 0.005 sell rate. So yeah, we'll see if we can sell them this time around. We've got the Watchman Pauldrons, 46,000, 0.001. We've got the Sunblaze helm here, 171,000. Doesn't even give me a sell rate. All right, guys, so we got the Blood Spiller here. We've got 3 of them right here, the axe that you're seeing. Fortunately, it's making my screen flash if I scroll over it. It's only a 0.001 sell rate, and it's like 84,000. And then again, I had to move over the Chesterfield musket because we were having the same issue. But this one actually does allow me to move it over and take a look. We got Chesterfield musket here for 90,000. And then we've got the head splitter here. We've got 5 of those, 31,000, 0.001 sell rate. We've got the butcher here for 57,000, 0.004 sell rate. We've got the Dream Slayer here. It's the one-handed mace, 189, almost 190,000, 0.001 sell rate. And then this is just like a world drop one. The Resplendent Guardian. It's a shield here, 50,000, 0.006 sell rate. Got 3 of those. And then we got some like patterns here. And I threw the broken sword thing here as a pattern as well. But we've got the pattern for the Dusky Boots, 216,000, 0.004. And we've got the plans for the Golden Scale Shoulders, 36,000, 0.003. And then the Broken Blade of Heroes, we got 2 of those, 194,000, 0.001. Now, I've never, I've gotten a lot of these in the past. I've never actually sold one of these in the past. I have heard that people have had some luck selling them by crafting them. So I may actually try to craft these 2, so that way maybe we can actually sell and then put one on each realm. All right, and then these items here, they're all low value. Unfortunately, we didn't really get anything good, but this is what we got out of our lock boxes. We actually got quite a few iron lock boxes, which are the nice lock boxes and can actually potentially drop the rich purple silk shirt pattern. But as you see, we only got low value pieces, and that's where we had this 3rd iron shield spike pattern here. But anyway, we also got some materials, of course, but we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what Thrall got and see how it compares to Proudmoore. All right, guys, so on to our last big haul, and to complete the 200 runs of Scarlet Monastery. 100 runs was from our Proudmoore banker that we just checked, and the last 100 runs over here. Let's take a look. So again, we've got another full tab of low value stuff, another actually a little bit fuller than the other one, less patterns though, and then our high value, and actually that's looking a little bit shy. It's looking like we might have gotten less over here, but let's take a look. Let's see what we got. So again, it's going to be all the same stuff as far as the low value stuff. Bandit, Flanix, Glimmering, we've got Insignia, we've got Renegade cloaks here, we've got Silver Thread Rose. May actually have more Silver Thread. Yeah, we got 6 over here. We only had 2 over there, so that's really good. Sage's Cloth pieces here, Silver Thread Armor. Actually says we have 3. We only have 1 in this tab. Must have 2 in this one. So yeah, 2 here. So yeah, all the same stuff as far as the low value stuff, so no need to really dive into that stuff again. And then our patterns here, 1 manual for the strong anti-venom, we've got the plans for the iron shield spike, 1 of those, and then pattern for the stylish green shirt. Now this is only 3,000, but these sell super fast for me, so definitely I keep this one and the blue one usually, and only 1 ring. So but definitely looks like we're filling up our auction house a little bit more with the low value items. Now for the low value blue items, got less of the Scarlet Gauntlets for 1, so we got 9 versus 16, but really that should be plenty. We've got the Harbinger boots. I can't speak now. 10,000. And we do actually have 2 of those. We have the Swamp Walker boots here, 10,000.002. Now that's something different. We didn't have that over there. And then our high value pieces. So we got the Scarlet chest piece. We didn't have this over there. We had the Scarlet boots though. 500,000.002 sell rate. We got the Watchman shoulders here, 46,000. Now we had that on both. We have the blood. Sorry guys, it still doesn't like the blood spiller axe here. So the same thing. We got 2 here for 84,000.001 sell rate. Then we got the Cobalt Crusher, 348,000. So that's different. We didn't have one. We had the Dream Slayer over there. And then one I've never actually gotten before, although it's not a super rare or anything, but the Steel Claw Reaver, 238,000. So nice to see something different this time. And then we've got, again, 3 of these Resplendent Guardian shields here. And then for our patterns, we've got the plans for the Golden Scale boots. So we had the shoulders over there, which was actually not as valuable as this one. 384,000.008 sell rate. So yeah, in ways, maybe it could be better. I've definitely gotten, better value than with the Cobalt Crusher when I've made the sell in the past. Doesn't mean I will this time, versus what I've gotten from the Dream Slayer. We also got the Steel Claw Reaver, though and we got the Scarlet chest piece versus the boots over there. So different items, not quite as much. We had a little bit more with the patterns, but we can trade one of those broken or I'm going to make the blade for the hero's blade or whatever, and try to sell over here as well. And then of course our items out of the lock boxes. We did get Thistle Tea pattern, which tend to sell pretty fast. It only seem to sell around 1,000 to 2,000 gold now for me though, so really low, even though it says 13,000 value. But again, just a bunch of low value stuff. I don't think we got anything of any value. Another manual for the strong anti-venom. But yeah, just a bunch of the same low value pieces we already have in the other tabs. But anyway guys, that's gonna do it for this one as far as week 9 goes. With doing 200 runs of Scarlet Monastery Old and doing Islands week 3. That does complete our islands. So next up we'll be working on Alderman. Hopefully we can get some super rares. Unfortunately, Scarlet Monastery does have some super rares, and we didn't get one. I think last time we did Old, we didn't get one as well, but we did actually get one when we did current content. So maybe we'll try to throw current content or retail version of Scarlet Monastery in there eventually, to see if we can get another super, or see if there's a difference in the loot as far as how many of the specific blues we get or anything. But anyway, if you guys do like these videos, make sure you smash a big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also helps out the channel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I need to get these things up on the auction house, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.